Good evening, fans of the Heartland, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for the preview show for Freedom Festival 2022. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with a full preview of what the card holds in store for this Saturday. I'm doing a few things right now, trying to figure out, number one, how this new microphone works. Number two, how to get a PowerPoint onto the screen here from my desktop view on my little game table. And number three, announce the shows for the matches for the upcoming show on Saturday. It looks like we are seeing the PowerPoint slideshow view or the PowerPoint editing view instead of the slideshow. So we'll just run with that for now and worry about the PowerPoint business later as we make the announcement for the upcoming show. The main event has been announced, and if you are a follower of the Heartland, you know that it will be the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line, as the man they call Vader, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, takes on the current champion, Dr. Death Steve Williams. It was a surprise to all the world when Williams beat Vader the first time. Vader has worked his way back into contention. He is now once again the number one contender, and they will butt heads once again this Saturday in Cincinnati at in Dayton, Ohio at Freedom Festival 2022. All right, I got too many things going here all at once. As we say hello to Philip Reynolds in the chat room, and Philip, I'm interested to know how things sound from the viewer's perspective as we're testing out a new microphone here, as well as doing 62 other things at once. The co-main event will be for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Both world titles will be on the line. And in the tag team division, another somewhat surprising team of champions, the New Age Outlaws, who took the belts and have defended them successfully, will be coming to Dayton to defend the titles against a rough and tumble tag team of Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher out of Texas. So should be a barn burner between Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher, challenging the New Age Outlaws for the World Tag Team Championship. Also in Cincinnati, the Heartland Ladies Championship will be on the line. And if you want to talk about upstart surprise champions, there may be no more of a surprise upstart champion than this lady, Holly Dead, out of nearby Cleveland, Ohio, is coming to Cincinnati to defend her title. She has been the champion since December. She's going on about 7 months worth of reign as the Heartland Ladies Champion, and she is going to face a formidable challenge indeed from Allison Kay. So Allison Kay challenging Holly Dead for the Heartland Ladies Championship in Cincinnati. Also on the card, an alley fight. The first ever alley fight in the history of the Heartland. We picked up this match from the Filsinger Games Ringside Companion Manual, so we're going to try it out, and who better to throw down in an alley fight than Dusty Rhodes and his hated rival Terry Funk. Rhodes versus Funk in an alley fight as they attempt to settle their feud that has been going on for month after month after month when they come together in Dayton in the alley fight. Next up, we have the Patriot Heavyweight Championship, and this has been a very good rivalry, going from several months now and several rematches as Ed Strangler Lewis defends the title against Harley Race. These two have developed quite a rivalry. The first encounter was won by Lewis via a disqualification in a rather controversial decision. And in the wake of that decision, Race was granted a rematch, a non-title rematch, with the stipulation that if he won the non-title rematch, he would get another title shot. And indeed, Race did win that match, and Race is now once again the number one contender for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship, and he will be taking on his rival Ed Strangler Lewis for that title in Cincinnati. That will be a good one. As we say hello to Salvador America in the chat room. Welcome to you, my friend. Hope all is well. As we continue to run down the card, as you may have heard from Heartland Championship Wrestling News, the Atlantic Heavyweight Champion Sting has been injured. Sting was scheduled to be in Dayton, to defend the title against the former champion Barry Windham. But just 10 days ago in Mobile, Alabama, Sting was attacked by Windham and the Horsemen, and he suffered a broken neck as a result of that match and as a result of that attack. And he has been on the shelf and will continue to be on the shelf for a number of months. But the Steiner brothers have stepped up and demanded a match against Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, who perpetrated that attack on Sting. So it will be a grudge match with no disqualification and no holds barred in Dayton, as the Horseman team of Anderson and Blanchard squares off against the Steiner brothers, and emotions will be running high. Salvador America tested positive for COVID and the flu. Goodness gracious. I hope that all is well, and I hope that you have a speedy recovery, my friend. We have not heard the official word on what will happen to Sting's title, but it will likely be vacated. And we're waiting for the announcement from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation leadership to determine what will happen next. Gordon Soley will be the head of that championship committee to determine what will happen to Sting's title as a result of his injury. He will be unable to defend that for at least 3 months, and so we are good to go there. You sound much better than when you had him. Well, that's good to know. And also, Salvador, I'm testing out a new microphone, so I'm interested in any comments or feedback that you have about the sound quality of this video, and that's one of the reasons why I'm coming live here tonight, is just to test out the microphone before Saturday's pay-per-view spectacular. So Sting is likely going to have to vacate the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, but the Steiner brothers have stepped up, and they will be coming to Dayton to throw down with Anderson and Blanchard in a grudge match to try and gain some measure of revenge for their fallen friend Sting. Also on the show, thank you for the feedback, the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. And you talk about emotions running high. These two teams have been battling it out back and forth for months. The Kimber Bombs, Kimberly and Cherry Bomb, pictured on your right, were the longtime Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions when they were taken down by the old school duo of Malia Hosaka and Jazz. Malia and Jazz have tried to establish themselves as champions, but they had a controversial rematch against Kimber and Cherry Bomb, which was won by the Kimber Bombs by countout after a cheap shot delivered by Kimberly to Malia in that match. So the team of Malia and Jazz kept the titles, but Kimber and Cherry earned a rematch. In between there was another grudge match between Kimberly and Malia. Malia took the pinfall in that match, but again the Kimber Bombs attacked after the bell. Another brawl broke out, and these two teams cannot wait to get after it in Dayton, Ohio on Saturday, both to settle their interpersonal conflict and also to determine once and for all who will be the rightful owners of the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. And in our opening bout of the show, it will be a no disqualification grudge match. By special request, our good buddy Frank Wainscott put in the request for this match to take place. And so the Heartland Bookers declared that it would open the show at Freedom Festival 2022 as the Von Erich brothers, David, Kevin, and Kerry, take on their longtime Texas rivals, the Fabulous Freebirds, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Michael P. Hess Hayes, and Buddy Jack Rogers will be in Dayton to take on the Von Erichs in what should be a very exciting way to open that show. So that is your show. And that is what we have to offer on Saturday. Referee James Lawrence III. We will be doing tabletop. And thank you to hear that the sound quality is good. I'm glad to know that. And I am glad that referee James Lawrence and Salvador America and Philip Reynolds have stopped by to check things out tonight. Those are your announcements for Saturday's show. Once again, Von Erichs versus Freebirds. Malia Hosaka and Jazz against the Kimberbombs for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. A grudge match between the Steiner brothers and Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. The Pacific Heavyweight Championship, pitting Ed Strangler Lewis. The Patriot Heavyweight Championship. I always say Pacific. It's Patriot Heavyweight Championship. They run the greater Northeast, Boston, Philadelphia, New York City, Montreal, Toronto, that region of the country. That is Patriot Championship Wrestling. And Ed Strangler Lewis, their champion, will defend against Harley Race. The Heartland Ladies Championship, with Holly Dead, the sensational champion, defending against Allison Kay. The Alley Fight, putting Dusty Rhodes against Terry Funk in a match to settle their long-standing rivalry. And, of course, your two World Championship matches. The World Tag Team Championship, as the New Age Outlaws take on Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. And in your main event, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Steve Dr. Death Williams, takes on the man they call Vader. So that is the conclusion of your preview show. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be on the air probably around 5 p.m. Central Time on Saturday with all 8 matches from Freedom Festival 2022. And until then, that's our stream, and I am out of here.